Okay, so once again we are back with another very useful information. So this is once again indexing your research publications. Okay, so maybe the last video about mentally we are referencing the publications only, but here we would index the research publications, and that's the reason we go for Zenodo. That's also a powerful platform like SSRN or maybe ResearchGate. When I'm trying to research for Zenodo, I'm getting this search result like it's a general purpose open access repository which is developed by the European standards, and generally we are going to share the reports, software, okay, research related digital artifacts and so on. So you can index your research publications, and once again I'm telling you, maybe after your research publication gets published in the journal, and maybe if the publisher is taking much time to index the research articles in other websites as well, other powerful websites, which means you can take Zenodo as a platform to index your research articles. So that's the reason you go for Zenodo, and the advantage of Zenodo is that you will have a DOI, okay, a DOI in Zenodo, which means that you can still powerfully index the research publications, and you can make these research publications be cited, be followed by your fellow researchers. Okay. So that's the reason you go for Zenodo.org. Okay. So whenever you are trying to create a profile, okay, whenever you are trying to create a profile in Zenodo, which means you should understand that this Zenodo is interlinked with ORCID, okay, ORCID, okay, ORCID, which means that if you have already created a profile in ORCID, you can create a profile in Zenodo. Okay, so whenever maybe if I'm trying to log out, okay, I'm trying to log out, and if I'm going to just log in once again, it shows you can log in with GitHub, which is interlinked with Zenodo. You can log in with ORCID, which is interlinked with Zenodo, or maybe you can go for your individual direct sign up as well. Okay, so I had already created my profile with ORCID, so maybe I can go for this linking with the ORCID profile as well. So I can log in with ORCID, which means it is going to redirect in the Zenodo. So here I can see that this whenever I log in with the ORCID, which means I have logged in Zenodo. Okay. So here I can see a list of articles in the news feed. So I can see the articles maybe related to COVID-19. I can see research articles. Maybe I can follow them if I want to. So I can see a popular tweets by Zenodo in Twitter as well as in other social media platforms. I can see what the update I have with Zenodo. Okay, and here I can go for the profile information. Whenever I click on this profile, which means I'm getting the username, my full name. I'm trying to maintain the same name, like Christo Ananth, in all of my profiles, which means my name would be easily searchable. Okay, and like the email address, okay, and password section also I can change if I want. And then I have a section called security, okay, which means that if I am trying to log in with another maybe browser with another IP, which means it shows them. Okay, normally I log in into my same IP, so that's the reason it shows. Okay. And then I have a list of linked accounts with Zenodo. So GitHub, I have not yet created my account, so that's the reason it shows connect, which means you can create your account in GitHub. Okay, but I already have my ORCID profile. That's the reason it shows ORCID and then disconnect. Okay, maybe I can disconnect if I want to, but creating maybe adding the publication in ORCID, definitely you can exchange the publication in Zenodo. And then there are a list of applications as well. So in applications you have personal access tokens, you have developer applications, which means that if I have registered in any of the applications, I can add them in this section, the new application. And then personal access tokens also I can add them. Okay. And there are some authorized applications as well. So which means if I have granted the access means it will show here. And then I have a section called shared links. So here in the shared links there are some pending access request information as well. So maybe if I'm getting some any access request, I will get this one, or else it shows no request. And if I'm trying to share the links, so it shows here. Okay. So I would rather recommend that you can create a profile in GitHub, because GitHub is a way that you can publicize your web developing application. So that's the reason you can create your profile in GitHub, and you can connect it if you want. So this is the thing with GitHub, and so normally you can go for creation of RP profile and you can interlink. Okay. And then you have a section called communities. Okay. So communities, as I told you regarding with the COVID-19, maybe you can upload the information, you can accept or reject the request in the community collection, or maybe you can go for export section. So you can export it to your community as well, and maybe related to COVID or maybe related to any workshop, webinar, human brain project, you will be getting some notifications. Okay, so you can search for several relevant communities if you want to. If I'm searching for this particular community, which means that I can go for a new upload in this community. Okay, so that's the way that you try to market, you try to advertise whatever the research papers, whatever the research articles you have gone through in that relevant search area. So that's the way you go for community section, and you can showcase your relevant information here. Then here in the Zenodo, I can see several news feeds as well. So when I'm clicking on this upload section, okay, so we can see the draft section, I can see the publish section, I can get all the versions. Maybe I can go for sorting about the most recent best match as well as the version. Maybe the ascending or maybe the descending model. Maybe if I'm clicking on this publish section, which means that these are the list of articles which I have already added in Zenodo. Okay. For example, if I'm clicking on this one, on the top I am getting the information that it was published during June 30, 2020, and this is a journal article and it is an open access article. Okay, which means I am getting the statistics also, like 43 downloads I had and then 11 views I had. Okay, so this is the section I am talking about. Okay, so this is the advantage of Zenodo. You will be getting a DOI for your article. Okay, so that's the thing. And similarly, the keywords also, keywords relevant to your paper. So whenever somebody is searching for these keywords, okay, maybe fuzzy KZ means or maybe OAAM, so they would be getting this paper. Okay, and also you are getting this section. Okay, so this is the citing section. Okay, and they have a particular format to cite. You can cite them in this particular format. Okay, so you can copy them and you can paste it in the reference section in the article which you are trying to publish. Okay, so that also you can do that. And you can share via Mendeley, you can share via site you like, you can share in Twitter, you can share in Facebook. Okay, and you can print the articles, and you can still go for several LinkedIn, Gmail, Tumblr, Messenger, several 176 apps you can share them. So that's a powerful way that you try to publicize your information. And you can just like Google Scholar, you can export in web text format, you can export in GeoJSON format, maybe the Mendeley platform, maybe JSON platform. You can go for exporting. You can go for exporting in several platforms if you want to, and this is the way you try to extend the publications. Okay, so that's the way you enjoy several benefits with Zenodo. Okay, maybe instead of viewing the publications, okay, instead of viewing the publications, maybe I can go for a new upload. So whenever I am going for a new upload, which means that actually in Zenodo what happens is the downloading it's very slow. Okay, but several search areas I have, like maybe I can drag and drop files here. Maybe if I'm clicking on choose files, okay, maybe let us take in the case I'm adding this one. Let us take this, which means it shows this one. This is the common mistake that everybody else would do. Okay, so whenever you are trying to click on upload, don't think that it is already uploaded. Okay, but you have to go for start upload. Okay, only then it rotates on and on, and it shows that you have uploaded. Okay, and then you can go for this one. See, you can see the progress, like 44%. It was already uploaded. So once you have reached the 100% only, which means that you can know that it was already uploaded. We will search for the other sections as well. So in the upload type, it is publication. Maybe you can upload a poster if you want to. You can go for a presentation if you want, a data set, image, audio, video, software, lesson, physical object, others. You can add them. Okay. Here it refers to a journal article, so I have added publication. And similarly, if you have your own DOI, you can add them. But you should know that Zenodo has its own DOI, which means you need not have to add them if you want to. But if you have a DOI, you can add. And then you have a publication date. Okay, maybe you can set a back date if you want to. Okay, or maybe the current date also you can add. And similarly, the correct title, the correct authors. But here with the case of authors, you have to add the affiliation and the archive profile. Only then it becomes really searchable. But it is optional that you can add the archive profile, or maybe you need not have to add the archive profile. But normally I add archive profile of my ID. Okay, for example, if I am trying to index my research publication in this one, this Zenodo, which means that I am adding my own archive, but others I need not have to add. Okay, and similarly I can add the description, the abstract. Okay, the version I can add them. Maybe the language I can type ENG for English, and keywords, the relevant keywords, with regards to my research paper. Maybe I can add some additional notes if I want to. Maybe you can leave them, and you can go for access right. Like this is open access. Maybe if it is a restricted access, means you can go for restricted access, which means it will be available private. Okay. So generally only the title would be displayed. Maybe only the abstract would be displayed. Maybe the other section it will not be displayed. And normally Zenodo is attributed to Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International. So you can add this. This license is already inbuilt in Zenodo. Okay. After doing all this one, you can go for publish. So only when you add all these sections, okay, only when you add all these sections, then like for example the contributors or maybe the references, you can add them if you want to. Journal name, you can add them if you want to. Book or maybe chapter or maybe thesis or maybe subjects, you can add them optionally. Only when the publish button becomes visible, then you can click on it. Maybe if it is not visible, which means there are some sections which you have not entered correctly, or maybe you have not entered aptly. Okay, so that's the reason you are not getting this published section to be visible. And if you are getting this published section visible, you can click on this. Okay, so as for this one, I can choose to delete them if I want to. So the advantage of Zenodo is that you can have this one, a DOI for your research article, and you will have your separate page for each of the research articles. Okay, which means that the authors will tend to know about this one. They can follow them, they can download them. Okay, they can view the abstract, they can view the full text version, they can cite them, they can share them they want to. That's the way. And you can see that it has been attributed to Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. So which means it's a free license, and it has been indexed in the open app platform. So if you have any doubts, or maybe if you have any clarifications, any experience that you have shared with the Zenodo platform, you can generally comment on this video if you want.